I'm Adam Mackey. I'm the Director of Communications with the Golf Coach Association of America, and we are here with Hutchinson men's golf coach Chris Young, a 2022 GCAA Hall of Fame inductee. Coach, my first question here. Your coaching career began on the hardwood as an assistant women's basketball coach at Nebraska and then there at Hutchinson. How did those experiences shape the transition to coaching college golf, and what memories from those times do you still take with you?
I think, not knowing a lot about golf when I first started this, I think that I leaned pretty heavily on my experiences in basketball. I knew I loved to be a basketball coach, and I loved trying to form a team and have something special at the end. So, kind of taking the basketball structure and introducing it into the golf. I'm probably not the first person that's tried to do that, but um, it was a great challenge, and just using some of the things that I learned from basketball in golf, I think is helped me along the way. And I look back to those times of coaching basketball, and I appreciate those times, but I wouldn't want to be doing anything other than what I'm doing right now.
What was the challenge of being a young golf coach in his first season with the program that switched competition levels?
Probably it was helpful that I was younger because I didn't know any different, meaning that I really didn't know coming to junior college what the difference between Division One and Division Two in junior college was. Basically, it's just the amount of scholarship that you can give an individual to play at your school or come to your school. Um, I didn't really want to, not that there aren't some great schools at Division Two, but I always wanted to try to play at the top level, and I thought our school was very capable of doing that. Um, and the transition wasn't really that hard for me because I didn't know any different when I got here. We went straight Division One, so I didn't really know the differences between Division Two and Division One. But I think it's worked out pretty well for us. And if anything, I think it helps when you recruit a kid that you can say that you're Division One versus Division Two, whether there's no difference in the level of competition. Every kid wants to try to play at the highest level, and Division One might sound different than Division Two. So the transition wasn't awfully difficult for me just because I didn't know any better.
So, in what ways do you think the style of your coaching has grown from the streak of 21 straight NJCAA championship appearances, and how have you seen it help the program build to where it is today with all the success you guys have had?
I think as a coach, you have to change the way you do things with times. I think that when times change, you can't be, I looked at the Bobby Knight, and Bobby Knight was very strict and very regimented, and it was his way or the highway type thing. And I looked up to him, and in basketball, I did a lot of things that he did, and I found when you coach, especially golf, it is kind of an individual sport inside the team concept that every kid is different in the way they prepare for a tournament, the way they practice. Some kids need to hit more balls versus some kids like to play more. So I think I've adjusted that way that, not everybody's the same. And I think that's just kind of our world now. And everybody, there's not a right or a wrong way to do things. But you just got to find out with every kid what works best for them. And that's kind of how I've changed the most probably.
That's a great segue into my next question. With as much success as you've had, what separates each year from the rest as the head coach of such a successful program?
When you recruit kids, they all look really good and they're all so talented on paper. And a lot of our kids are international. About half of our team are international kids. So you don't really know what those kids are going to be like when they get away from home and the food's different. You take for granted going to McDonald's and ordering something off the menu, and you don't realize that they don't know what that means. And they have to ask you questions like, well, what do you get here, coach? What's good to eat here, no matter where you go? So how we've been successful and how it's different every year. The kids change. The kids change, and you have to find a way to adapt to the kids rather than the kids adapting to you now and what you're doing. You don't want to give up who you are, but you have to figure out real quickly what helps them most effectively.
My last one, what does the honor of being inducted into the Golf Coaches Association of America Hall of Fame mean to you, your family, and your program?
Well, it's not something that you really, when as a young coach or as a young person, you have goals and you want to meet those goals, but you never write down member of the Hall of Fame by 2020 or whatever the case may be. So, there's a lot of people that do a lot of great things in this game, and to say that I'm deserving of this, I don't know if I can say that. I'm honored by it, and I kind of a little bit embarrassed that I don't like to be the one that's out in front and people see me. I'm more the guy that kind of just wants to go to work every day and do his job. And if you work hard, keep your nose down, and good things will happen. But I'm very humbled and blessed, and my family's excited, and uh, it's just a huge honor, and I can't believe it really.
Do you have any other final thoughts or?
Well, again, I'm very lucky to be in the position that I am, have been put in, and I appreciate the people that made this happen, and I'm looking forward to shaking some hands and thanking some people, and being in Las Vegas with all the other great golf coaches.